Hey, it's called the Wild West for a reason. I'm Madelyn Burke for the Game Day here with Albert Wen. And Albert, when we look at the odds in the Western Conference, the Lakers and the Clippers sit as favorites, but they're ahead of the teams with the association's best regular season records in the Jazz and the Suns. Do you think that's fair, or who do you have coming out of the West?
Maddie, I've been saying this all year. I love the Suns as a team. They have two of the best closers in the entire NBA in Chris Paul and Devin Booker. But what a tough draw for them to have to face the defending champs in the first round. If, and this is a big if, they get past the Lakers in that first round, I do see them representing the West in the finals this year. As far as the Jazz, I don't think they're disrespected or overrated or anything. I think it's properly rated. They do rely a little too much on their three-point shooting, and there's an unknown with Donovan Mitchell's high ankle sprain. We haven't seen him in almost a month. We don't know if he's going to come back and be the Donovan Mitchell that we're all used to. So for that reason, I can't put money on the Jazz, but I do like the Suns 10-1 to win the West.
Well, and you mentioned injury, right? I mean, the Lakers, the defending champs, they are dealing with injury as well. I mean, LeBron James recently coming back from a re-aggravated ankle injury, and we kind of saw the effects of that in that Golden State game the other night when, he really kind of struggled to get off the ground, not just near the rim, but also in his jump shot. And he warmed up later, of course, hit that clutch three at the end, but when LeBron and the Lakers are having to work that hard for a win in a one-game play-in series, digging themselves out of quite the deficit, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to take a lot more effort and a lot more wear and tear on, these aging stars who are dealing with injury in a very challenging Western Conference. It's going to be tough for them to get past the Suns in the first round.
Yeah, that's a great observation, Maddie. I think it's a combination of being injured, being a little out of shape, but also being up there in age, right? I think he's not elevating the same when it comes to his jump shot, when it comes to his layups. He's not getting as many dunks as he used to, obviously. And, with the Anthony Davis on the Lakers the last 2 years, they have led the league in inside the paint scoring. So this is a big red flag for them. But I think it's one of those teams where we have to see them play more to actually make an assessment on them, because we haven't seen LeBron and Anthony Davis together in a long time.
Now, we've talked a lot about the teams that are kind of in the conversation here in the West, but who's your sleeper? Who's one team that not a lot of people are talking about that could come out of this conference?
I'm not saying this team because I am from Dallas, but I do like the Mavericks as a sleeper. Every time you have a top 5 player in Luka Doncic, you're going to give your team a good shot to win a series. They haven't won a series since Luka has been in the Mavericks jersey. They need to be motivated. They need to be focused because the Clippers did actively choose Dallas to play in this first round. So we'll see what happens.
I think it's going to be interesting. And I think while the Clippers are among the top in the odds, so much attention is going towards the Lakers with that clout of the defending champion. I don't think the Clippers are getting enough respect right now because I think that this Clippers team is built for it. And I think that they are going to be coming out of the Western Conference this season. But we've got a lot of playoffs to continue to follow, and you can continue to follow along on thegameday.com, where we'll have all the latest odds and predictions.